before, I'll say it again. Keeping skin hydrated in the dry New Mexico air is nearly impossible. But here to offer some solutions is Mark Pardo Salon and Spa esthetician and my friend Kristen Neer. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Nikki.
It's so good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
And you know, it's I always say, and I've said it to Kathy before, I've said it to anybody, Chris, when you are representing something, you know, and you exemplify it, it makes it all that much more valid for us. And you have beautiful skin and it never looks dry. And so today I need you to help me with some skin intervention. What is the #1 complaint you are hearing about dry skin from clients, and how do you solve the problem?
Well, #1 complaint is dry skin, especially this summer. You know, it's been hard. It's been challenging to keep the skin hydrated. So that's #1. And then in general, just when the skin isn't balanced, you start having challenges. So whether it's dry, excessive oil, breaking out, you know, things that people aren't used to is generally due to imbalance.
Well, you know what I always think of on a personal note, I often think about when you have more oily skin and then you want to get, you know, and then you get dry because of the weather and you want to be able to saturate it, but you don't want to break out. So that's a big issue, a lot of conflicting worries that people have when they have that combination skin.
Exactly.
Do you find that a lot?
I do, and I think that, you know, it's important to get on a skincare regimen that's customized for you, because there's no right answer for everyone. It's very, very specific.
And that's what I love about Mark Pardo Salons. You really do customize the choices that you make for our own personal needs. And actually, Aveda Institute Director Kathy Garza actually gave a Mark Pardo client a facial, and you are the master of facials, by the way. She's amazing. So let's take a look at the facial that Kathy had done so we can talk a little bit about what we see, and you can kind of go through the process with us so we understand what a hydrating facial would include. So let's take a look at that.
Hi, I'm here at the Aveda Institute, New Mexico, and my summer solution on a weekly basis, or you can actually do it about 3 times a week, would be our hydrating mask. It has aloe, hyaluronic acid, which actually helps with elasticity, and it's very soothing. It also has some rose absolute. Also, I would add a few drops of the Rose Absolute. It's going to be for dehydrating, maturing skin. And basically here in New Mexico, we do live in a desert. Want everybody to be familiar with that. Basically, I am applying the hydrating mask. You always want to apply to the neck. It is very visible when the neck is dehydrated. And this mask is wonderful for that area. As long as you apply it evenly, the thicker the better, I say. A lot of people just don't want to have hydration along their center panel of the skin, but it's very important. And this here, the hydrating mask, is oil-free, so it's not going to feel oily. It actually feels like a gel. And as you can see, the cheeks are going to be, I'm going to apply it a little thicker just because that area does tend to get drier. And now what I'm doing is I'm actually applying cold compresses with a little bit of the Rose Absolute. And the Rose Absolute is going to provide hydration, relaxation, aromatherapy. It is just going to benefit your skin. Your Elemental Nature facial would be a basic facial to really balance the skin's condition. And what we're doing here is balancing dehydrated skin. Thank you very much, and don't forget to come in for your service at any Mark Pardo, or if we cannot accommodate you there, please do consider the Aveda Institute, New Mexico. Have a great day and stay hydrated.
And that video actually speaks to exactly what you said, which is the balance, and that's what we're all seeking, is some balance. So when we're trying to balance our lives and our schedules, how often should we think about coming in for a hydrating facial, or how often should we use a mask on our own?
Well, it depends, you know, and that's the thing that our estheticians will help you with. You know, we'll get you on a plan that not only works for your skin, but your lifestyle. You know, it varies. You know, the last month or two, you know, I've been masking daily.
Really?
Believe it or not. And it doesn't have to be this, like what we just saw. You know, it could be a quick 5-minute mask in the shower. So it varies from daily to once or twice a week.
Okay, and I want to look at some of these products in a moment, but first I want to ask you, what should we avoid so that we can stay hydrated? Because I know there's products we should use, but what should we avoid to stay hydrated?
Things to avoid to stay hydrated really have a lot to do with lifestyle.
Okay.
Definitely you want to limit caffeine.
Okay.
You know, it's tough. But you know, limit your caffeine and make sure that you're not drinking caffeine late in the afternoon to where you can't sleep.
Right.
You know, sleep is so important. That's when your body and your skin cells really rejuvenate. So if you're not sleeping, you're definitely it's gonna show.
I'm guilty. I don't sleep enough. I know, but that is a really big issue, and I guess sleep would be one of the benefits of properly hydrated skin.
Definitely.
As well as some of these, and because of you actually, I did get the intense hydrating mask, which is very much like Kathy was saying. It's very much like a gel. It's a very cooling effect on your skin. I do it I do it like pretty much every other night in the shower. I love it. Love it.
It is wonderful, and it just fills your skin with hydration like no other. I do this mask daily.
Do you daily?
Daily.
So maybe that's what I should do. Well, and also the Tourmaline one, in the green container, that I also, because of you, have that, and I use that every morning as well as before I go to bed, and I love that because it doesn't make my skin feel greasy, but it makes it feel moisturized.
That's very true. And this tourmaline charged hydrating cream it's almost like putting a mask on and leaving it on.
Yes.
That's how I describe it. It seals in that layer of moisture that you've worked so hard to achieve, whether it's during a facial or you know, after your cleansing, toning. You want to seal that in. And nothing does a better job than the tourmaline cream.
And as you said, you customize the choices for each customer, as you did for me.
Exactly.
So I want to mention that you are personally located at the Paseo location, and there are facials really offered at several other locations as well, correct?
Yes.
So we can go to pretty much any salon that you see on the screen to get a facial.
Well, we do facials actually at the Wantabo, the Coors Bypass, and the Paseo location.
But of course, for all of your other hair, skin, and body needs, you can go to all the Mark Pardo salons that you see on the screen, and you can call the number that you see, or go to markpardo.com for more details as well. And Kristen is she's a really good esthetician. I can vouch for that. And I'm so happy to have you back.
I'm so glad to be here.
And thank you for your valuable information.
You're very welcome.
And we hope to see you again soon.
Okay.
And meanwhile, talk of the debt ceiling has dominated headlines as well as the airwaves for weeks. But what does it really mean for New Mexico families? Well, we will tell you next.